Hello students, we are studying the lesson number 2, parallel lines and transversal. Okay, parallel lines means the lines which never intersect each other. For example, the lines in our notebook. And transversal means the line, this line is called transversal, which cuts the two given lines in two distinct points. Such a line is called as transversal. Then we have studied the three pairs of angles formed by the transversal and two lines. So total here 8 angles are formed by a transversal and two given lines. First one is corresponding pair of angles. So corresponding pair of angles means what you have to remember? Same direction and same side. So first example is A and E, then D and H, then B and F, and C and G. Same side and same direction. Okay. Next we have studied interior angles. Interior means inside the given lines, and we have to remember that they are on the same side. This pair of angles are on the same side, means this angle and this angle, they are called interior, and this circle and this circle, these two angles, they are called as interior angles. And the third type we have studied was alternate angle. Alternate angle means they are on opposite sides of transversal and their direction of one arm on the transversal are also opposite. For example, this angle and this angle, they are alternate. This star angle and this star angle, they are alternate. This tick mark and tick mark, they are alternate angles, and these two are alternate angles, means they form a Z-like shape. In alternate angle, there are two types, interior alternate and exterior alternate. Interior alternate means this one pair and this second pair, 1 and 2. And exterior alternate means this pair and this pair. These are exterior alternate angles. One more thing I had told you, vertically opposite angle. When two lines intersect each other, 4 angles are formed. The opposite ones are called as vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angles are congruent. This we have studied in 7th standard. And these two angles, they are called as linear pair of angles. They form a semicircle, means they are supplementary. Their addition is always 180 degree. When two angles are formed on a single line by drawing a ray, such two angles are called as linear pair of angles. Okay. Now we are going to begin with properties of angles formed by two parallel lines. Okay, so in this previous topics, when we studied the pair of angles, here we have taken any type of lines. See, these lines are parallel? No, they are intersecting lines. Okay, these lines are also intersecting line. So corresponding angles or interior angles or alternate angles, they are formed by any two lines. Those lines can be intersecting also or parallel also. But now we are going to study some properties, and these properties are true only for parallel lines. Okay, these properties are true only if there are two parallel lines and one transversal which intersects them. Okay, if we take any two lines which are intersecting, and if we draw a transversal, so for such lines these properties will not be true. The properties we are going to study today, they will not be true for any two lines. They will be true only for the parallel lines and transversal. This much understood? These properties which we are going to study today, they will be applicable only for the parallel lines. Okay, remember the word parallel lines, not for intersecting lines. So In the parallel line, first property is of corresponding angles. Now here, which are the corresponding angle? A, E, D and H, B and F, C and G. Now, if we measure these angles with a protractor, okay, suppose we measure the measure angle A. So, what is the measure of angle A? See, it is 110 degree. And what is the measure of angle E? Angle E is also 110 degree. Okay. Now, if we measure angle B, B is 70 degree and F is also 70 degree. Means what? Corresponding pair of angles are equal. They are congruent. Means angle A and angle E will always be congruent. Angle D and angle H will always be congruent. B and F will always be congruent. And C angle and G angle will always be congruent. So, the first property is each pair of corresponding angles formed by two parallel lines. This word is very important. Okay, this property is true only if the lines are parallel. So, each pair of corresponding angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. So, by looking at this diagram, what we can say? Angle A is congruent to angle E. Then angle D is congruent to angle H. Angle B is congruent to angle F and angle C congruent to angle G. Okay, these are the corresponding pair of angles and they are congruent to each other because of the parallel lines. Now, next is the property of alternate angle. Each pair of alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. Now see, here which are the alternate angles? A and G. So, just now we have measured that A is 110 degree and G is also 110 degree. Means A and G, they are alternate and they are congruent also. Next is B and H. They are also congruent to each other. Next, interior alternate. D and F. D and F are interior alternate. They are also congruent to each other. And next is C and E. They are interior alternate and they are also congruent to each other. So, we will write down the pair of congruent alternate angles. Angle A congruent to angle G. Then angle B congruent to angle H. Angle D congruent to angle F. And angle C congruent to angle E. Okay. So, these are the four pairs of alternate angles which are congruent to each other. Why? Because of the parallel lines. Remember the word parallel lines. Okay. This is, everything is true only if the lines are parallel. It is not true for intersecting lines. And the third property is of interior angles. Each pair of interior angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of supplementary angle. Supplementary angle means what? Supplementary angles are those angles whose addition is 180 degrees. Such angles are called as supplementary angles. See here, just now we have seen linear pair of angles. Linear pair, their addition is 180 degree, means they are supplementary. So, such two angles whose addition is 180 degree are called as supplementary angles. Now, see angle D and angle E. D and E, they are interior angles, yes or no? D and E are interior angles. C and F are interior angles. Now what they are saying? Angle angle E is 110 degree and angle D is 70 degree. Means what? 110 plus 70, how much? 180 degree. Means D and E are supplementary. Then C and F, this is 110 degree, this is 70. Means these two are also supplementary because their addition will be 10 and 7, 10 and 70, 80. So 180 degree. Means what? Interior pair of angles are always supplementary. Okay, so first property is corresponding angles are congruent. Then next, alternate angles are also congruent. And the last one is interior angles are supplementary. Okay, means what we should write here now? Angle D plus angle E equal to 180 degree. Angle D plus angle E equal to 180 degree, and angle C plus angle F equal to also 180 degree. This is the property of interior angles. So what we should remember? When two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, angles formed in each pair of corresponding angles are congruent, alternate angles are congruent, interior angles are supplementary. Okay, again I will repeat. Corresponding angles congruent, alternate angles congruent, interior angles supplementary. Okay, so remember this. Now one more thing is there. If they have given you in the question the measurement of any one angle from the 8 angles. Okay, so can you find the remaining angles? This is the question. Okay, 8 angles are there: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the question is, if the measurement of any one angle from these 8 angles is given to you and they have asked you to find the measurement of all the other angles. So can you find it? Suppose angle B is given to you 70 degree and they have said find the measure of ADC, EF, H. So very simple. See here. A and B, they form a linear pair. See, A and B, they are on the same line. Okay, for some time we will hide this. So A and B, how are A and B? They form a linear pair of angles. Means they are supplementary. So if one angle is 70, then other will be 110 degree, because together they should be 180 degree. Their addition should be 180 degree. Now, what about B and D? See here, X shape is formed. Okay, so when two lines intersect each other, these angles are called as vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are congruent. See here, just now we have seen they form X shape when two lines intersect, and these two angles are vertically opposite, these two angles are vertically opposite. And what is the property? Vertically opposite angles are congruent. So if A is 110, then C is 110 degree, and if B is 70, then D also is 70 degree. Okay, B and D vertically opposite, A and C vertically opposite. Now observe D and E. Observe D and E. Just now what we studied? Interior angles are supplementary. Interior angles are supplementary angles, means their addition is 180 degree. Means what? D and E are supplementary. Means what? Their addition should be 180. So one angle is 70. So dash plus 70 equal to 180. So which number should come here? 110 degree. Same logic is for C and F. C is how much? 110 degree. So their addition should be 180. So which number will come here? 70 degree. 110 plus 70, 180 degree. Now again, E and G are vertically opposite. So this is 110 and F and H 70 degree, vertically opposite. So if one angle is given to you, then you can find the measurement of all the other 7 angles. Understood? All the other 7 angles. And one more thing you should observe, that only 2 numbers are there. 70, 110, 70, 110, 70, 110, 70, 110. So what does it mean? All the acute angles. See here, 4 acute angles are there. This is acute angle. Acute means less than 90. This is acute angle. This is acute angle, and this one is also acute angle. So all the acute angle measurement will be same, and all the obtuse angles will measure the same. 110, 110, 110 and 110. Means what? By using these properties of linear pair and vertically opposite and the 3 properties which we have studied now, we can say that we find the measurement of remaining 7 angles. Understood? So now you can observe A and E congruent, corresponding angles. D and H congruent, corresponding angles. B and F congruent, corresponding angles. C and G congruent, corresponding angles. Then AG alternate, congruent. BH alternate, congruent. DF alternate, congruent. CE alternate, congruent. And last property, DE interior supplementary, CF interior supplementary. So these are the properties of the pair of angles formed by 2 parallel lines and the transversal. Corresponding angles are congruent, alternate angles are congruent, interior angles are supplementary. Understood? So you have to learn these properties, and in the next lecture we will start the problems. Okay? Thank you.